Knew it. Trucy, you're okay. I thought... Don't cry, Apollo. Grr, those good-for-nothing gangsters. There are some things you just don't do. I'm pressing charges. Wait, just calm down, Apollo. Or else... Oh, yeah. I remember now. What the heck is that? Surprised? This is one of my best tricks, the amazing Mr. Hat. You look marvelous, darling. He's a big hit on stage at the Wonder Bar. Yes, I am a big hit. Ha ha ha. Well, what do you think? Do you like it? You mean you... Trucy, there are some things you just don't do. I'm pressing charges. To who? Phoenix Wright. Apollo, now is not the time to be threatening me. It's you who's being threatened here. Alright, welcome back everyone. It's Light here. And it's time to get this gig started. We're playing some more Apollo Justice today. Last time we finished investigating, and we talked to Walkie. It was crazy. We started the trial, and this man was basically like, lock me up. Yeah. And what was like literally the last thing we were talking about? Oh yeah, we found out this guy has a freaking bullet in his heart that's gonna kill him if it's not taken out immediately, and the doctor who knew about it and could have helped him died. So yeah, isn't that fun? So not only does he have the possibility of a death sentence from this trial, he also has a ticking time bomb inside of him. So isn't that fun? Anyway, let's continue. Started? We've had enough of a warm-up act, Ja. Time to hear from the witness. Walkie sure is quiet all of a sudden. I'm a little uneasy myself. Is this Gavin's strategy? Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I knew it! See, I remembered right! The witness is like a student. I didn't remember that he's like a university student, but still, I was like, he's some kind of student. Oh boy. So, you would tell us your name and occupation. That's a huge book he has there. My name is Wesley Stickler. By occupation, I take it you refer— oh, not one of you. Under which definition I must confess to being unemployed. However, we must acknowledge the meaning of identity, which is commonly attached to this notion of occupation. And once we have accepted this reality, we see that confusion not just all— oh, the vagueness is inherent all— oh, okay. By which he means to say that he is a student. A junior at Ivy University, if I'm not mistaken. Ah, Ivy League, that explains his attitude. Yes, in the Department of Science and Engineering, ah. Filled with curiosity for all things, I spend my days in pursuit of truth, honing my... Herr Stickler, please direct said curiosity to the case at hand today. Very well, Mr. Stickler. Please testify to the court about what you saw on the night of the crime. You asked, quite simplistically, what I saw. However, how was it 2 eyes? You should be designed to receive and interpret data. So okay. I just started and it's already crazy. Oh boy. That night, I passed through the park on my way home from shopping when I saw them. One man pulling a stand, another man facing him. I saw them quite clearly. The man facing the victim was the defendant. In his hand he held, yes, a pistol. It was pointed at the man pulling the stand. A shot! The bullet hit the man pulling the stand from the front, square in the forehead. If I remember right, I think Walkie was there. Because the knife was there at the scene. If I remember right, he was there, but he didn't shoot. If I remember right. Was there anyone else in the park at that time? I can say with 100% accuracy that there was not. The pistol our witness refers to is this. The court accepts this into evidence. Oh wait, did it say whether it had Walkie's fingerprints on it? Fingerprints were wiped, okay. Very well, Mr. Justice, you may cross-examine the witness. Yes, Your Honor. Trucy, why are you staring like that at the witness? That man. I can't help but feel I've seen him somewhere before. Oh, I think if I'm remembering right. Oh boy. Okay, Wing stand of the men facing him, saw them quite clearly, facing the dependent. Pointed at the man pulling the stand, bullet hit the man pulling the stand from the front, square in the forehead. Let me see. Yeah, no. Objection! It wasn't square in the forehead, it was to the right side. Phew, if that's all of it, I think I have a chance. Is that you relaxing, I see here, Justice? No? Me? Never. Huh? Objection! Once is quite enough, Mr. Justice. Apollo, pace yourself. This trial is not over yet. Right, him. Look at this. The autopsy report? Is there a problem with the autopsy report? Well, for once it's not updated. Right, a problem. Problem. Yes, the problem. The problem is the location of the entry wound. I forgot how much I love Apollo. The location? You testified that the killer shot the victim square in the forehead, did you not? I've already determined your angle of inquiry. Allow me to explain. It is quite simple, really. First, understand that when I say square, I speak not of... When I do my best, for example, the deflection of a meter... Oh my god, the wavelength of the light emitted by a krypton particle, as we all know. In addition, it is a well-known fact that krypton particles are rare and invisible to the naked eye, which points to a basic fallacy in your line of reasoning, namely that... Mr. Justice. Yes? Was your objection to these, krypton particle things? This is the big time, and you are obsessed with something so small, you disappoint me. No, I'm obsessed with something big. I mean, there's a bigger, less nitpicky problem here. Do tell. Just look at the autopsy report. The location of the entry wound was... the right temple! Temple? Mr. Stickler, you said quite clearly the victim was shot square in the forehead. That's a contradiction. Isn't it? It is, right? Finally! Objection! Oh no. Herr Justice, oh Herr Justice. Yes? Your tactics are outdated. Trying to shake the witness by objecting to trifles. Surely you haven't forgotten the fatal wound your master suffered 7 years ago. Phoenix Wright, was it? Hey! Low blow! Look, I know the wound was in the wrong place according to this testimony. Nick. Hey, her forehead. But forehead? Let us imagine you are walking through the park. You see two men facing each other, one with a pistol trained on the other. What would you do, Herr Forehead? Well, I guess I would try to stop them. I'd probably shout, "Stop!" And you, Fraulein? Me? Well, I'd probably scream, "Eek!" And you, Herr Stickler? What did you shout, I wonder? Heck! If the victim turned his head at the last moment... yes. Thank you for jogging my memory. Sounds like an addendum to the testimony is required. Oh boy. Maybe he's lying, though. As soon as the killer raised his pistol, I took action. Cease this at once, you two, I cried with composure. I cried with composure. I love the dot in between. It's like, I screamed out, but like, you know, it was dignified. The victim turned in the direction of my voice, and a shot rang out, whereupon our cowardly killer, the defendant, appeared to have been frightened. Tossing the pistol aside, he fled from the scene. He didn't toss a pistol, he tossed the knife. And he was shaken because the shot came from somewhere else. I see, so you attempted to stop the crime. Indeed. With composure. Well, maybe the criminal wouldn't have fired if he hadn't shouted like that. That doesn't really matter now, unfortunately. Let us consider this new testimony, shall we? Observe the diagram, if you would. The witness, Mr. Stickler, was it, stood here. He shouted, "Oh, stop, please," or something of this nature. And the victim responded by looking in the witness's direction. If the killer were to have fired at just that moment, as we can see, the bullet would have struck the right temple, as in the report. That does seem to be the case. Witness the power of a junior in Ivy University's Department of Science. Very well, Mr. Justice. You may cross-examine the witness. Bully. As soon as the killer raises his pistol, take action, take this at once. Oops. I like that contradiction. Kinda sad to see it go. Not as sad as I feel. What do we do now? At least the testimony's getting a little clearer. She's right. Maybe I can find something to use in this new testimony. Let me see. Let me just view the evidence here. Maybe we gotta press. Okay. Let's see. Let's try. Can you describe the killer's actions more clearly? He seemed quite surprised, especially considering that it was he who did the deed. As we can see, human psychology is a tangled web indeed. He simply couldn't believe what he had done. He shot, he panicked. A common tale, but true. Unfortunately, before I could take further action... You didn't try to apprehend the criminal? It all happened so fast, I'm afraid I hadn't the time. Doesn't something about that strike you as odd, Apollo? What? The killer was in a hurry, right? He fired the pistol and tossed it right away. According to the testimony, that's what happened, yes. Oops. According to the testimony, that's what happened, yes. In that case, I'd expect to find something that we didn't find. What? Find something? Find what? Wait, what did she say? Oh, is it because the fingerprints were wiped? Is that what she means? Objection! We would have expected to find his fingerprints. He would have had time to wipe them. Is that what she meant? Wait a second. Tisk tisk, another misleading request. Yet you're so beholden to your own mode of discourse, you can't see how it affects you. Come again? Wait a second, you say? A second? Are we intended to wait just a single second? 1/60th of a minute? That's hardly enough time to draw a breath, let alone make a statement in court. Now, had you asked for a longer period of time, say, Mr. Justice? Yes, Your Honor. Am I to understand you are objecting to the length of a second? Yes, I mean, no! Here, just look at the pistol. It doesn't have a single fingerprint on it. Ah, a common ploy made all the more common, I fear, by the prevalence of television. Criminals these days are loath to leave fingerprints. Wait, but you said the killer tossed the gun and ran. That's right. He didn't have time to wipe the gun for prints. Ooh. Ah, the little girl sticking it to the university student. There's a song in there. I'm not little. Now let's think like adults, shall we, Fraulein? Eh? What if the killer, the defendant, was wearing gloves? Gotta admit, I didn't think of that, Apollo. Oh, how quickly she turned. Well, Mr. Justice, could the killer have been wearing gloves? No way. I mean, we don't have to examine it ourselves, do we, to figure that out? Alright, hold on. Let me just say no way first, and then I'll see. The record of the murder weapon is very clear about one thing. The fingerprints were wiped, which means some trace of prints remained, which contradicts your testimony. If everything happened as you say it did, he wouldn't have had time to wipe the pistol. Oh my gosh. That may be, but it does not change what I saw. The killer, the defendant. He threw down the murderous weapon from his hand and fled. And this pistol was found at the scene of the crime. Strongly suggesting that this was the weapon he disposed of. That sounds solid to me. Well, Herr Forehead, any of your precious objections? What gives, Apollo? Let's see that voice training go to work. You know, I've only recently realized something. No matter how much you train your voice, it doesn't matter if you have nothing to say. What do you mean, nothing to say? Isn't it obvious from what the witness just said? Huh? Isn't what obvious? When he restated what he saw just now, he said he saw Walkie drop a murderous weapon. But that's not the same as being 100% sure of what Walkie threw away. You're right. He's just confused because a pistol was found at the scene. Poor Mr. Stickler. It must be hard to be so perfect and yet so wrong. Well, it can be said that I'm quite offended. While it isn't indeed true that once in my youth seized by the teacher, posted on the blackboard for all to see, and for this the appellation of poor might be well prefixed to my name, yet as for the issue. What we can say for certain is that the witness saw the killer throw something. Does the defense have anything to say about this? Well, if what he threw wasn't a pistol, then it had to be something else. At least one person on the defense team seems to be thinking, "Hey, grr, I'll wipe that smile off your pretty face, Gavin." That seems to be always what's going on the defense side, just thinking of how to make the prosecution pay. Perhaps you can inform the court as to the nature of this something else. What did the killer throw away before fleeing the scene? The shiv. Is that a sword? I saw one of those in the late night movie last night. Great, a sleep-deprived judge. This knife was found at the scene of the crime with the defendant's prints on it. His prints? This single piece of evidence proves two important things. One, that what the defendant threw down wasn't a pistol. Two, that the defendant wasn't wearing gloves. Indeed. Oh, Herr Forehead. You're forgetting two other things you've just proven. Huh? One, that the man the witness saw was the defendant, Mr. Walkie Kitaki. Two, that the defendant was holding a knife with the intent of harming the victim. Oh. Indeed. Grr, never underestimated Gavin is the lesson here. Yep. They're definitely formidable. This court is of the opinion that our witness is found of making assumptions. In that light, I believe it would behoove us to hear about what really occurred. With less assuming, please. And stop flipping that dang book. Takes him forever and a half to respond. It is always the same with you people. Mark left the house on foot, and 5 minutes later his brother left after him. How long would it take for Mark's brother to catch up to him? Assuming that Mark never had to stop for a traffic light. Assuming, yes, that's what I said, assuming. As if that were a probable situation at all. Yet here you are assuming that my assumption is no better. What this court assumes is that the witness will testify as to what happened after the shot was fired. Hey. I'm shocked to call. I cannot prevent the killer from leaving the scene, nor could I simply leave the scene in good conscience. Ergo, I used my cell phone to call the police. Till the police arrived at the scene 10 minutes later, I saw no one else. Why didn't you chase the killer? He was, as you say, a killer. Of course, I could have run him down, yet what would he have done when... What? Yet what would he have done when cornered? Sadly, it takes more than an aptitude for solving quadratic equations to know that. Did his testimony earlier not prove the defendant's presence at the scene? And do we not also now know that there was no one else there? It seems clear that we have our killer. Does it not? It does not. Does it not, Mr. Justice? I better find a way to take this testimony down quick. We will. We definitely will. Alright. Okay, I have to leave the scene with conscience. Go use my cell phone, call the police. Wasn't your first thought to call an ambulance? It can be said that I have dabbled in medicine. The injury I witnessed, namely a single shot to the head, tends to result in death. Ergo, there is no need for me to call an ambulance. Oh, a perfect syllogism. Proof in 3 parts. Exquisite. Simply exquisite. He actually looks like he's going to cry. What's up with Truthy? I mean, we do have a cell phone. But, like, we have no proof it's his, right? Unless... Can you tell us in detail about these 10 minutes? I stood in a state of heightened awareness. Anything could have happened at any moment. Anyone could appear from any direction. Is that all? No one came, nothing happened at all. I saw it all, which is to say I saw nothing. It was late at night. It's not odd to think there would be a few people around in the park. So he just stood there, watching? Not much to go on there. Trucy, if you've got something to say, by all means, say it. This witness is way too self-assured. There's got to be a weakness somewhere in this testimony. I'm just gonna press it all. Which way did the killer run? By that time, it was clear the killer had noticed me. Naturally, he ran in the opposite direction. That would mean he ran in the opposite direction from the Kataki mansion. Chung, don't even think about pointing out that he was going away from his home. All he had to do was loop back once he was out of sight. How did he know that's where I was going? Oh man. You were certainly composed for someone who had just witnessed a killing. If one is to devote one's life to the pursuit of science, one must never flinch at the sight of a little blood, nor be so moved by a chemical discovery that one drops one's flask upon the lab room floor. Ooh, cool answer, very cool. So nothing strange about how he acted. Trucy looks like she has something to say. Ugh, I can't find a single problem with that testimony. Had enough at last, Hair Forehead? Maybe it's time to back off a bit? No. The defense still has some questions that demand answers, Your Honor. Your opinion, Prosecutor Gavin? I'll let him play attorney until he's satisfied, I say. I will amuse myself by composing my next smash hit in my head. Very well, you may continue with the cross-examination. Oh, was I supposed to rest? I think I was supposed to rest. Uh-oh. Hold on. Can we get back to that? Give me 1 second. It was nice to hear the dialogue, though. Or read the dialogue. Okay. Some of us have... Oh wait, I didn't even read that. Maybe there isn't anything left to unravel in this testimony after all. Some of us have glamorous careers we'd like to get back to this month, Hair Forehead. They don't have enough to put Walkie away yet. Should I back off for now? Yes. There's nothing fishy about that testimony at all. It appears there are no objections to the witness's current testimony. There are any number of ways to explain the lack of prints on the pistol, I assure you. Perhaps the killer really was wearing gloves which wiped the previous user's prints off. Then, after the deed was done, this fell out of his pocket as he was throwing the gun away. A mistake befitting of a small-time punk, in my opinion. No. No! It seems we've come to the end of the line here. No, that can't be all. How unfortunate. It seems that you weren't cut out to stand on the same stage as me. Were you, Hair Forehead? Is this actually gonna end it? Hold on. I believe this brings the cross-examination to a close. This court will now declare a verdict for the defendant, Walkie Kataki. Eek? Who? Is it Trucy? Oh, what the? Oh, hey! Is it Trucy? Nobody move! Well, what's the meaning of this? Who are you? There'll be no verdict in this court, not yet. Wait, are you one of the Katakis? The Katakis? You mean the notorious gangsters? If you don't want to see me give the pretty little girl a new smile, do as I say. Adjourn the court for 20 minutes. What? Did this court not bow to pressure from the likes of... Herr Judge? I see little point in further aggravating this gentleman. Recess. 20 minutes, or I promise you'll regret it. Bye. Wait! How'd he disappear so fast? Come to the defendant lobby, Apollo. I suppose I have no choice but to adjourn for a 20-minute recess. Bailiff, catch that mysterious man. It was a trick by Trucy, if I remember right. I think. Right? I mean, I'm guessing either way, that's what I think. Even if my memory isn't allowing me to completely remember. Cause, the top hat and the cloak basically are Trucy's. Alrighty. Trucy! Trucy? You move quick, Apollo. Good show, good show. Yeah, see, I knew it. Trucy, you're okay. I thought... Don't cry, Apollo. Grr, those good-for-nothing gangsters. There are some things you just don't do. I'm pressing charges. Wait, just calm down, Apollo. Or else... Oh, yeah. I remember now. What the heck is that? Surprised? This is one of my best tricks, the amazing Mr. Hat. You look marvelous, darling. He's a big hit on stage at the Wonder Bar. Yes, I am a big hit. Ha ha ha. Well, what do you think? Do you like it? You mean you... Trucy, there are some things you just don't do. I'm pressing charges. To who? Phoenix Wright. Apollo, now is not the time to be threatening me. It's you who's being threatened here. Huh? Remember what you said to Walkie's father yesterday? You promised you'd save his son. But that testimony was rock solid. What are you suggesting I do? Look, once the judge declares a verdict, it's all over. If I can use my talent to stop that from happening, I will. Trucy, no more staged abductions, please. I'm not talking about magic, Apollo. I know when the witness isn't confident, I can perceive what he's feeling. It might not mean anything, but it's all we've got. You can see what he's feeling? Think back, Apollo. Think back to the times when there was a contradiction in his testimony. All the times. All the times there was a contradiction? Well, I think I remember them, sure. There were 2 times when he made statements he wasn't confident in, and each time there was a contradiction. In his hand he held, yes, a pistol. But yet the man pulling the stand. Tossing the pistol aside, he fled from the scene. He said the man tossed aside a pistol, but it turned out he wasn't sure, and sure enough, there was a contradiction. Well, that's true, but how does that help us? Didn't you notice anything? Whenever he made a statement he wasn't confident in, he displayed a certain habit. Oh, is it, curling the page? In his hand he held, yes, a pistol was pointed at him. Yeah, there it is. Did you see it? The very moment he said the word pistol, his fingers got all tense, and he fiddled with the corner of a page in his book. How am I supposed to see that? Well, I could see it. How else do you think Daddy went 7 years without losing a game of poker? What? Yeah, he said she had a gift. I always sat next to Daddy during his big matches. I could see what his opponents were feeling. You mean that's how Mr. Wright won all those games? It's not cheating officially. I wasn't looking at their hands or anything, and I wasn't there all the time either. Daddy's quite good at poker after all, but not good enough to go undefeated that long. Great, so he cheated. But what does that do for us? I don't believe this. You have to listen to his testimony one more time. No, scratch that. You have to watch his testimony. Perceive the truth. Watch a testimony? Perceive the truth? The only thing I'm perceiving is that I'm going to lose. Not true. Daddy said so. He said you had the power, Apollo. Aw, Mr. Wright said that? Watch the testimony. Perceive his true feelings. Is she serious? Time's up. Sorry, I can't think of any other way out of this one, Apollo. What was that she said before the trial started? Huh, Mr. Wright's not here today? He said his old foot injury is acting up. He smiled when he said we'd be fine as long as you're there, Trucy. Oh. Is this what he meant by us being fine? Well, methods aside, she did avoid one guilty verdict already today. Time to show this court what I'm made of. Get ready for justice. Let's do it. Apollo! You know, I'm starting to think I can do this. I knew you could do it all along. Oh, one more thing. Try to cover from Mr. Hat as best as you can. I just flew in from the coast and boy are my arms tired. Right. Just, you know, say you have amnesia. You don't remember her being kidnapped. Court is now back in session. Right, we're fine. Ahem. I'd like to say to the young lady standing next to you, Mr. Justice. Oh, you mean me? Don't you have anything to report? Anything concerning the mysterious phantom in the silk top hat? Ah, right, him. Don't worry about him. I settled that. You settled that? Yes, it was an out-of-court settlement. Right. Perhaps Frolin would have us believe it was nothing more than a passing dream. A fantastic illusion. Now you see it, now you don't. Am I right? Oh, he knows. He knows. I think he's on to me. No duh. I wish he would stop being so cool. Let us dispense with these niceties and get straight to the matter. What are your plans for a gifted witness? Right. The defense would like to request another cross-examination. But because I forgot to ask something. There is no issue with the witness's previous testimony. I will grant your request, however, but this court will not permit stalling for time. Understood, Your Honor. Don't forget, Apollo. When he isn't sure about something, he has a habit of fiddling with his book. Did he do that here in the end? I mean, he's fiddling with it already. Yeah, well, I simply contract. Aha! His cell phone. See, I knew it. I remembered. It's his, the one we found. I'm not sure I'm qualified to watch testimonies after all. Focus, Apollo. Find his weak spot. Focus. If only it were that easy. My ears hear what he says, my eyes see his expression. Do I have to do something more? What other senses do I have? Here we go. What's this? My bracelet? You're telling me he went all his life without this happening, and then magically when he meets Phoenix and Trucy, it just activates? It's just so funny to think about. What's going on? My bracelet feels different somehow. I think Daddy was right. You can see it, can't you, Apollo? You're almost there. Find the weak spot in his testimony. I know this sounds crazy, but my bracelet is trying to tell me something. Not crazy at all. Alrighty. Am I supposed to press this? So he called immediately after witnessing the murder? Police undoubtedly have a record of the call. Why not check with them? Wait, Apollo! This has to be it! Wait, you mean his habit? Don't forget, Apollo. When he isn't sure about something, he has a habit of fiddling with his book. The only time he even had the book open was here. Which means this is the place to look for this habit. I don't know how I know, but I know. Know what? It's my bracelet. It's different, somehow. I can feel it reacting to something about the witness. Your bracelet? I'm not sure I get this focus stuff you were talking about, Trucy. But I have a feeling that trusting my bracelet is the way to go. It is. Okay, I just need to touch my bracelet with X as it reacts to the testimony. Here we go, yay, the perceived mechanic. What's going on? I can see the witness's face, his expression so clearly. It's filling my mind. I can see nothing else, hear nothing else. Apollo? Trucy, what's happening to me? This is what I meant by focusing. Focusing. In this state, you can see everything, Apollo, everything the witness does. That's great, but this is kind of freaking me out. Just look for Mr. Stickler's twitch, his habit. You remember it, right? Sure, when he says something he's not sure of, he fiddles with the page of his book. You got it. Right now, you're looking at the witness's face. And your eyes are sort of bugging out. I'll bet they are. First, move your focus of attention down to Mr. Stickler's hand. His hand? You know what to look for now, but you have to be looking at the right place. She's right, I can only see his face like this. Time to try changing my viewpoint. Right here. Perfect. Now you're really ready. Ready for what? Ready to perceive the truth behind the twitch. Perceive. Try listening to the witness talk as you focus. Then watch for his habit. Right, you mean when he fiddles with the page. That's right. That's your signal to look closer, to perceive with X. Find his weak spot, I guarantee we'll be able to give him the royal flush. Spoken like a true pokerhead's daughter. I'm a magician, thank you very much. So I have to pay attention to his words and his fingers. Don't worry, if you miss it, you can always try again. Right, look out, nervous twitch, here comes Justice. Oh my gosh, I remember this. This here? I don't know. Do I have to wait for him to say cell phone? Oh! Shoot. Okay. Here again. I did have it, dang it. Okay.
Gotcha!
There we go. I saw it. Just now I could see it. Mr. Justice, do you have something to say? All this banging of desks, it's quite bad for my circulation, you know. Mr. Stickler, allow me to ask you a simple question. Why did you fiddle with the page of your book just now? The very moment you mentioned your cell phone. What are you talking about? I'm curious now about this cell phone of yours. Mind if I ask a few questions? What to ask, what to ask. Ask for his number. Can we see your phone? Please show me your cell phone. Why? Whatever for? Show me and you'll find out. Well, I can't. I don't have it, you see. You don't have it? Mr. Stickler. Is this your cell phone? Yo, where did you get that? That's the phone from yesterday. Look, a cell phone. Someone dropped it beneath this tire. If the car moved, it would be crushed for sure. I wonder if it belongs to the doctor here. It belongs to someone. How strange, Mr. Stickler. Can you explain why your cell phone is sitting here in my hand at this very moment? Wait a minute. What is the meaning of this? The cell phone was found yesterday in the Maractus Clinic garage. The Maractus... Why? That's where the victim lived. That's impossible. Mr. Stickler, you lied to the court, didn't you? If your cell phone is here, how could you have called the police? Dun dun da. It's true. I didn't have my cell phone that night. That is why it can be said that I called the police from a public payphone. Payphone? So you didn't call on your cell phone after all. Just where was this payphone located, Mr. Stickler? Well, to indicate it with a startlingly high degree of accuracy, it was right around here. Okay. That's quite a ways from the park. But why did you lie? There can be only one reason. He didn't want the court to know he had lost his cell phone. Because it was found in the victim's garage. What are you saying? Mr. Stickler, you broke into the Maractus Clinic garage on the night of the murder. The cell phone tells all. Oh. But that's ridiculous. That makes it sound like I snuck into this fellow's garage to commit some crime. As though I were trying to kill him. Well, Dr. Maractus was killed that night. Well, yes, but no. This line of reasoning has to be against the rules. Yes, it's true I lost my cell phone. But you can't prove that I lost it that night. Well, Mr. Justice, if that cell phone was dropped the night of the murder, it does raise considerable suspicions as to a connection with the crime. Now's your chance, Apollo. Connect Mr. Stickler to the crime. Oh, he's already connected enough. I just had to prove it. Do I have a piece of evidence that can do the job? Can I prove the cell phone was dropped on the night of the murder? Yes. The car mirror, right? Because the car went out that night. Of course I have evidence. Ooh, I like your swagger hair, forehead. I like it. Okay. Hold on. What did they say? Hit it. Court will see this evidence, Mr. Justice. Hit it, as they say. It's so funny. The judge is trying to be all hip. The evidence that proved the cell phone was dropped on the night of the murder is... I am going to guess this, because the car left the garage. And if it was dropped earlier, it would have been cracked. It would have been crushed by the car. I mean, nothing else would prove it. So... That's a side view mirror. As it so happens, Dr. Maractus's car was in an accident that took place the night of the murder. An accident? An accident. It happened a little after 9 p.m. just outside People Park, our murder scene. Dr. Maractus's car hit a pedestrian. Well, what are you trying to say? From the absence of a mirror, it's clear that the car was parked after the accident, which means it was parked there after 9 p.m. on the night of the murder. If your cell phone had been dropped before the car was parked in that garage, then it would have been crushed. After all, it was lying on the ground right under the wheel. There you go, Mr. Stickler. The only time you could have dropped this in that garage was after 9 p.m. the night of the murder in the park. Yes! Oh, I love when the variation plays. But I don't think he's our guy. Mr. Stickler, you know what this means? You did break into the victim's garage that night. This is most unexpected, Mr. Justice. Are you naming the witness as a suspect in the murder of Paul Maractus? No, stop. This is too much. This can't be happening. Prosecutor, say something. I suppose it is worth saying this. No connection has been found between Wesley Stickler and Paul Maractus. That is, other than this. I believe our next testimony will be most, revelatory? Is the witness prepared? Yes, Your Honor. I know that face. That's the face of guilt. Guilt of something. I don't think guilt of murder. There is a difference. I mean, we never found our little thief, did we? That night, yes, I went to the supermarket. I must have dropped my cell phone on my way back. And when I was walking through the park, I happened to witness the crime. I saw the killer, the victim, the stand, all as clear as day. It was him. I saw the defendant at the scene. Yes, but your cell phone was lying in a garage. Ah yes, well as you can see, my model of cell phone has a defect. It is given to rolling. It is quite a pain when I drop it alongside the road, you know. Looks like a normal cell phone to me. In any case, Mr. Justice, the cross-examination, please. That's funny. My bracelet didn't react at all during that testimony. His nervous habit must not be acting up. I didn't sense anything either, actually. Looks like you're on your own this time around. Right, no problem. I hope. Here comes justice. Alrighty. Went to the supermarket. On my way back, when I was walking through the park, I witnessed the crime. Do I want to press anything? I mean, I don't think anything he said is directly contradictory. Which entrance did you enter the park from? Well, to be exact, one might say that I went in from the entrance closest to the Maractus Clinic. The same entrance our victim used. Did you notice anything when you entered? Wheel marks from a newsstand, for instance? I have no recollection of such a thing, no. Yet though I might have missed the tracks, I could not miss what happened next. I am a keen observer, of the obvious, you might say. I mean, actually, I wanted to press this. That's when you passed in front of the Maractus Clinic? Why, yes, that's correct. That was a pretty suspicious pause there. Mr. Stickler, do you think you could be a little more specific? Please show us the exact route you took on the night of the murder. Of course. The supermarket is here along the main road. My way home from there takes me past the Maractus Clinic. It's probably when I dropped my cell phone. Yeah, woo, as I walked on, unaware of my loss. and walked right into that fateful perk. Okay. Oops, I did not mean to press it again. My bad. Alright. Let's see. This part of the testimony is the key. I know it. Should I press him about the killer, the victim, or the noodle stand? Killer, the victim, or the noodle stand? Kinda curious what he'll say if I say noodle stand. Do you happen to remember the noodle stand? Quite well, yes. For a student of the sciences, keen observation and healthy curiosity are vital. I remember everything. I could even read the sign. I believe it said... noodle. Yes, that was it. For remembering something quite well, it sure took you a while to tell us. And thank you for telling us that a noodle stand sells noodles. Very enlightening. Well, Mr. Justice? What about that sign? Could that be important? I mean, it's easy to miss that, right? I mean, he just got it wrong. Is that really a big deal? Let me ask about the others and then we'll see. How could that sign matter at all? We know it's in those things. Oh wait, well he did get it wrong. I'm just curious about the others as well. I should remember the killer clearly. I'll repeat myself. It was him, that unscrupulous fox-like fellow in Panda's chairs, looking even more unscrupulous at the time, no less. Does look a bit like one of those trickster foxes in Legends of Yore. I guess the killer's identity is already old territory. Time to ask something new. Okay, so it is a noodle stand. Whoopsie daisy. Ham isn't acting out, which means he isn't lying. I was kind of relying on my bracelet to get me through this one. But he's pretty unsettled. The odds are really high that you can get something out of him. That gleam in your eyes. You're a gambler's daughter through and through. I'm a magician, thank you very much. Sure, Trucy, sure. Alright. We want the stand. Although, to be honest, if I were in that situation, I wouldn't remember the name of the noodle stand. I'm gonna be honest. I just wouldn't, because like there was a murder going on in front of me. Like the last thing I would think of is what name was on the stand. So the sign in the noodle stand said noodle. It appears the defense has just obtained a vital piece of testimony. Is this noodle stand's broth really that delicious? I'll have to go sample the wares one of these days. I think that's worth adding to the testimony as well. Whatever sort of noodles that stand sells, it can't match up to the IVU's cafeteria. Some apply to the school merely for a taste of our smart noodles. I wouldn't mind a taste of that at myself. What's with the noodle craze? Alright. But like I said, like, I'm pretty sure he had more important things on his mind. And you're absolutely sure the sign read noodle? Why, just last week my professor offered me this praise. Well, I mean, he's the one confidently saying it. I think that's the problem. He could have just said, I don't remember. At least you have good eyesight, Stickler. I'll give you that. Oh my god, I read without a doubt noodle. I see. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Is that pity I see in your eyes? Let's take a look at our map, shall we? So you're claiming that when you saw the sign you were standing... here, was it? Although it would have been a bit hard to read the sign from this spot. You think so? Mr. Stickler, I'd like you to please take another look at the stand, and to carefully read what the sign says. See, the sign actually states the name of the stand's owner. Eldunes. Oh, inconceivable! I'm certain it was definitely noodle for sure, positive. I'm afraid your professor was wrong about that eyesight. I wouldn't be so quick to jump to that conclusion. The sign he saw changes everything. Witness says the sign said noodle. Oh, wait. Is that what it says on the other side? Yeah. Oh, interesting. You saw it right. What would you say if I told you that there is one spot from which the sign would be read the way Mr. Stickler claims? What? Mr. Justice, show us this spot. The witness actually viewed the stand from this location. Right here, right? Oh my gosh, I'm struggling to remember. I think it's here. The witness was standing here, on the opposite side. And how do you know that? When viewed from the south, the sign on the stand reads Aldunes, as we know. However, observe the other side of the stand. Oh, this side says Noodle. Exactly. The name of the stand is split between the front and back signs. Mr. Stickler, you lied to the court. You witnessed the crime from the northern side of the park, not the south. Yo, you got me. Objection! So what? So what? What does it matter if you saw the killing from the north or the south side? It makes no difference at all. He's right. Travel far enough to the south, and you will end up going north. Viewed on a global scale, directions are utterly without meaning. Actually, maybe he's right. What does it change? It changes everything, Apollo. Trucy. Remember his testimony from before. Though to be honest, I'm a little scared of where this is leading. The killer and the victim are facing each other here. And at the moment the killer raises his weapon, Mr. Stickler shouts. At which point the victim turns his head to look, and the killer fires his pistol. Why is Trucy doing our work for us? That's why the bullet hit him in the right temple. No contradictions, right? Right. But if Mr. Stickler was standing on the north side of the park, that reverses the whole scenario. Completely, if Mr. Stickler shouts from where he is now, and the victim looks in his direction, that's such a slow arrow. The bullet would have to hit his left temple. In other words, someone standing at point K couldn't shoot the victim in his right temple. It's impossible. That's right. So now that we know that Mr. Stickler was standing on the northern side, the wild location takes on an entirely different meaning. Indeed, you are absolutely correct, Fraulein. What meaning? The entry wound was on the right side of the victim's head, correct? Well, the right side of the victim's head is north. North? But that's where the witness, Weasley Stickler, was standing. Correct, so if he was standing to the north, then the only person here who could have shot the victim in the right temple was Mr. Stickler himself. Oh my god! She got him! That was impressive. Order! 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 Wow, the apple didn't fall far from the tree. She's flipped this whole case on its head while I was still figuring it out. Objection! Clarify one point for me if you would, Herr Forehead. What now? Are you truly accusing this college student of murder? Well, I can't say he exactly looks innocent. That's rude. But something still doesn't feel right. I just can't picture him as the real killer. No, please. Looks aside, I'm really a nice guy. All my friends say so. He has friends? I'm joking. That's a little mean. Let's hear what the defense has to say. What are you going to do now, Justice? Should I really accuse Mr. Stickler? I can accuse him of another crime. But like... yeah, I don't think he's the killer. I don't think Wesley Stickler is a killer, but he's not innocent either. His unusual silence tells me that much. Mr. Stickler, you seem unusually quiet. Tell us why, now! The word confession isn't in my dictionary! Tisk, 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 here for it. I'm afraid it falls to you to elucidate Herr Stickler's silence. Mr. Justice, you did say you were accusing the witness just now. For a crime other than murder. Your reason? The court's all ears. God, I know he's guilty of something, but what crime other than murder is there? Do I have evidence that shows his involvement in some other crime? Your evidence? The court's all eyes, Mr. Justice. Show us evidence that points to the witness's involvement in a crime. Oh boy. The evidence is this. What? Is that woman's underwear? Hey, those are mine. Oh, he's curling the pages. The pages are curling. And he's also quiet. Very quiet. Don't look at me like that. Oh my god. Order! 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 Mr. Stickler. Well, I can't say this comes as a shock. It's not what it seems. By Pythagoras' theorem, I swear it. On the night of the murder, just past 9 p.m., a young girl catches a panty snatcher red-handed. Bravely, she gives chase, but the snatcher flees and hides himself in no other place than Maractus Clinic's garage. Aha! Incidentally, these panties were found in the exhaust pipe of the car there. Presumably, he was trying to hide the evidence of his crime. Ergo, while you may not be a murderer, you are guilty of panty snatching in the first degree. Please, hear me out. It's not what it looks like. Uh-huh. Order! 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 Mr. Stickler, you should be ashamed. It's not what it seems. Oh, man. So are we to understand that you were silent not because you were guilty of murder, but because you lacked the courage to admit your theft of this girl's undergarments? Perhaps you're not aware that my school's name was originally written with IV. I stands for intelligent, V stands for valiant, see? Your point? I'm not done. Now I'm a major in the science department. And what does science teach if not curiosity? Yes, we of the IVU science department are valiantly curious. No challenge is too daunting, and what greater challenge to science than a mystery? Objection! Come on, you're talking about a girl's panties here. No, you do not understand. A mystery is the unknown, and the unknown is unacceptable. This sounds so bad. I know what he's alluding to, I remembered now. But like, this sounds so bad, because it's like he's saying the mystery he's curious about is how they work. Like, in general, like, you know, not like what he actually means, what he's about to like clarify. And my friends, when it comes to mysteries, those panties are the promised land. From the moment I first laid eyes on them, I was compelled to investigate for science. A full-sized car tire was only the first mystery those panties revealed. Tire? Yes, I saw her do it. She pulled a tire out of those panties. But that's not all. First there was the tire, then a stew pot, and a frozen chicken. One mystery after another. It was magic. Oh, I remember now. He's one of the regulars in the audience at the Wonder Bar. Huh? He's talking about my magic panties trick. Yeah, see? That's what he's curious about. How the magic works. I just don't understand. A broom from a pair of panties, it mocks the very laws of physics. A broom and a frozen chicken, Trucy? Whatever happened to doves and bunny rabbits? Mr. Stickler, you stole this girl's panties to understand a magic trick? You say panties, but they are so much more than that. For me, they are an object for serious study. I wonder. There has been a recent rash of panty snatching in the area. Were they all you? I am sorry, but I did it for science. Each time I spied a pair of panties flapping in the breeze, I thought maybe this would be the pair that would elucidate the mystery. Even that night as she chased me through the streets, I wept tears of joy. Perhaps this is the night that I will seize the truth that lies within those panties. Yo, was I about to get listen to you? Oh god. I can't. I just can't. Still, that leaves one thing unexplained. Ah, you refer to our witness's other lie, yes? The witness claimed he saw the crime from the south, but was in fact in the north. Indeed. Would anyone care to explain why he lied about that? Ooh, guess we'll have to explain why next time. Ooh, yay. Okay, cliffhanger time. Oh boy. Yeah, see, I knew it. He's not the killer. He's not the killer. I remembered literally right before we got to the point that he was the snatcher, because it was the only thing we never solved, right? So now we solved all 3 of our cases as Detective Justice. Anyway, guys, that's gonna be it for this one. Hope you guys are having an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next one where I don't even know anymore. I honestly don't even know anymore. Alright, see you later.